Hello, and we are back with more Rogue Trader. Yeah, we don't need to go to Draconis anymore. We're done there. It's time to go and see our local Lord Inquisitor. You know, the guy who has screwed things up, made things worse. Give me just a second. Yeah. And he's all the way down here in Foulstone. Oh yes, we've had updates. Is Yurlit still back from the dead? Yes, she is. Okay. You know, when you shoot an Eldar in the face, you expect it to stay shot in the bloody face. It's Foulstone. Bundus. Yeah, it's for Bundus. So we need to go here. Alright, I'm gonna have to play with my settings because something's gone obviously very wrong. Yeah. There we go. That's better. I was like, what? Why does this seem weird? Because, Windows, I'm going to bet, did something, because Windows. Ballistics. Just shoot it. There we go. And time to go see the local Lord Inquisitor, because he's such a happy person. Oh, we can't even go to the docks anymore. Yes, we'll keep that party. There we go. We'll do some trading. Because I think, yeah, we're capped out with these boys. But we can't afford everything. That would be nice for some people. A Thunderhammer. We'll pick up the Thunderhammer. Just because sometimes you need a Thunderhammer. You know, sometimes you need to hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker kind of thing. Alright, yeah, we'll take the soul pattern long last because that's slightly better than what we're currently wearing. And that 0 is based off of Allies Resolve. Yeah, we need a little bit more.
I always keep my options open.
I'll put on our new gun. Where's the new gun? New gun. Is that new gun? No, that's the hunting rifle. There it is. Because, I mean, that's more damage with better armor pen, or slightly less damage, but better armor pen. And that's what we were using, so that's slightly better armor pen there. Ah, that's why. That critical shot, instant double shot. There you go. Sometimes you need to remember things.
I always have a backup plan.
Do. Stormtrooper.
Incredible. Your heart, esteemed Magos. Kaleidoscope of colors, albeit one made of metal.
Only laypersons believe feelings to be the preserve of flawed flesh. We know the higher passions granted by the Omnissiah, the aversion to tech corruption, the blessing of compliance with a canon of maintenance, and the satisfaction of effective devotional service.
Alright, my party is all kind of messed up, because Abelard, oh, I have Solomon again. Or still. I mean, Solomorn's not bad. It's just Heinrich's is slightly better. Beloved Lord Inquisitor. The reason for all of the problems. Xavier Kalzaka. Ponzi bastard. The Lord Inquisitor engrossed in studying star system charts and reports, which are amassed on the desk like ridges of a formidable mountain range. There are shadows beneath his eyes, which are ruthlessly dissecting the latest report, and his skin seems stretched taut over the bones of his skull. Without turning his head, Kalzakari says wearily, "Greetings, your lordship. Your timing is impeccable." Give me coffee. An aged servant with the bearing of a veteran approaches the two of you. In a precise movement, he replaces the untouched cup of cold recaf in front of the Lord Inquisitor with a new one, slightly steamy. Yeah, hospitality, and then we'll go on to how he treated me. My rank kind of says you don't. May the Emperor's mercy ensure that you never have cause to experience the hospitality of the Inquisition. Frosher, see to our guests. So, the aide's name is Frosher. Lady Navigator Cassia Tisfania Aravelia? I hear that House Orcelio is going through a difficult time. Change is coming. I sincerely hope it is for the better. Your colors, Lord Inquisitor, are as rich as they are multifaceted. I have never encountered anything like it before. Unclouded hues flowing from one to the next. Amazing harmony. Amazing and frightening. That a man of such status and talents has taken an interest in the well-being of a Navis Nobilite house is a great honor. A death cultist and the rogue trader's personal bodyguard. You know, I wonder what Cabela would do with him. Maybe we'll find out. I am curious, do you still adhere firmly to your cult's dogma, or has your loyalty to your master outgrown your faith? My loyalty is the domain stemmed from the Undying One's will, such as the thread of this blade, until his whisper bids it to spin a different one. I hear the Adeptus Arbites had renewed their alliance with the Von Valencius dynasty. One would not get far without it in a sector ruled by rogue traders. I imagine, however, such circumstances, and considering all the rights granted by the Sacred Warrant, you may struggle to distinguish whether you are indeed serving the Lex or in fact a particular person. You know, now he's just trying to, like, pick on people. Can we fleet him to the dog? Celamorn's face, already difficult to read, now becomes an impenetrable mask. Only the Marshal can speak for all the RBTs in the Expanse, but for myself, as our proctor, I swear that I solely I swear that I wholly serve the Lex Imperialis. I'm gonna sip my recaf. Yeah. You know, never doubt the power of a decent coffee. I'm going to openly state that. Coffee is one of man's greatest things. It is the real reason the Spanish went to South America. Not for the gold, not for, you know, to stop the human sacrifices. No, it was so they could acquire coffee. And that is a good thing. I escaped from Comera, where I was held captive by Xenos. You escaped to the Dark City. Yeah, because a feat that few have accomplished. Yeah, because there's supposedly a Primarch there, doing whatever he wants, because Jagtai Khan is insane. Even when he was just a Primarch, he was not sane. Now he's been in Comera for like 10,000 years. He's probably really insane. Truly, I congratulate you for an exceptional performance. I won't even mar your triumph by telling you that the Inquisition will, of course, be watching you very closely henceforth. I'm a rogue traitor. The Inquisition literally cannot touch me. You know, literally, big piece of paper that says, "Do not touch." Signed, Big E. Yeah, are you aware what the person you put in charge of here is done? Naturally, her ladyship has done me an invaluable service by taking on the task of instilling order in the station. Ponty idiot. Though her style of leadership seems excessively brutal to me, on the whole, her actions have not exceeded the bounds I set. If you think, yeah, I put it into it. As I understand, this was a private confrontation between two rogue traitors. Yes. As such, I hope your house will reach a reconciliation with her ladyship's heir. You have not hindered my plans. Lydian City approached footfall sufficiently that I was not distracted by the need to pacify it. Thing is, this is literally why Inquisitors, especially even like Heinrich is an Inquisitor in his own right. Okay, Inquisitors have ranks. He's a Lord Inquisitor, which means he has minions who are of the rank of Inquisitor, who literally do his bidding, and he can use them or his personal acolytes to do the job that he put a rogue traitor on, which again he's not allowed to do because she's a bloody rogue traitor. I hate this man. One of your acolytes, Melina, accused you of cooperating with Xenos. I remind you that the particularities of Inquisition work lies far beyond a rogue trader's purview. But given the circumstances, yes, Acolyte Lichtenhart's words are true. It has been several years since I established contact with the Drukhari. They informed me of upcoming raids, and I thwarted them. I kept the Expanse safe while the Xenos were absorbed in their internal squabbles, which were of little interest to me. Except you didn't. You literally didn't. And I love how he ignored Pascal. He talked to the rest of... He ignored Abelard, because Abelard is literally... But he ignored Pascal. Okay? Pascal is a Magos. He's a Magos Explorator, which means he is very high-ranked within the Brotherhood of the Mechanicus. Okay? He is an equal rank in the Mechanicus as Kalzakar is within the Inquisition. You do not snub the Brotherhood. The Cog Bros take such things to heart and then find ways to have yours removed and replaced with a sewage pump. Strictly speaking, one might regard my actions in this situation as unorthodox at the very least. In reality, however, they are undoubtedly beneficial. Alkalite Lichtenhot has demonstrated her inability to surmount the bounds of convention, and had she been in my position, the Expanse would have likely already fallen under the blows of the present crisis. The present crisis that you engineered and created. If you weren't here, this would not be happening. Can I shoot him now? Can I shoot him now? Fortunately for you, she is not, and the Drukhari, drained by their power struggles and bereft of their best raiders, can do nothing more than run from my fleets. My fleets. You stole my ships to run the crisis that you created so you could be a Lord Inquisitor. I want to shoot this man more by the minute. Your Lordship, I hope it goes without saying that I would appreciate you not spreading dangerous and misleading rumors going forward. No misinformation. You saw nothing. There is no war in Ba Sing Se. And keeping the content of this private conversation private. Given the current state of affairs, I would have to treat such actions as subversive. So I thank you in advance for your considerate silence. Again, rogue traitor! You can't touch me, you punsy idiot. What happened to the days of an intelligent antagonist? Okay, an intelligent, thoughtful antagonist. Instead, I get this man, because he has the Imperial Eye, thinks that he can just do whatever he wants. Forgetting that literally he is talking to somebody who is outside his authority and is playing with things that are literally outside of his authority. What help do you want? Let's get this over with before I have an aneurysm. Frosher, if you please. The Inquisitor nods imperiously at the servant, who draws some kind of remote control from his pocket. All sound sources more than 3 meters away, so it's a sonic field. We literally have this technology already. To my chagrin, the ability to be in 2 places at once does not number among my talents. That is why I wish for you to serve in my stead. I place such trust in few people, you understand. You will feel what it is to walk in my shoes and attempt to compel a gaggle of quarrelsome blockheads to work together. You will reconquer Euphrates too for me. For sure, another recalf. This one has gone cold. And while I'm conquering the planet you lost because you're an idiot, where are you going to be doing? What are you going to be fucking up somewhere else? Pascal jerks his head up, clearly recognizing the name Kalzakar has just uttered. You will reconquer Euphrates too for me. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor has done away with all pretense and politeness now. His orders no longer come with even the veneer of a request. Why? To whom else could I ensure this mission? No need to feign ignorance, Von Valancius. We both know the shortcomings of the other candidates for the position, because there are no others. Literally, I am the power of the Expanse at this point. I am the highest ranking individual here, bar none. At present in the Expanse, there are 2 people with the perspective and steady hand required to control this situation. And they are both standing in this room, so if you will please dispense with the humble Rogue Trader Act and win this war for me. Tell me about Euphrates 2. A sacred world of the Adeptus Mechanicus, off limits, so it's a forge world. It'd be a forge world. Nobody goes to a forge world because generally going to a forge world has fatal. And not like a little bit fatal, but like, oh, my skin melted level of fatal. Okay, Forge Worlds are their own very special hells, alright? That they're not good places. I'm one of the few who does not worship the Omnicide who have set foot on its surface, or rather, I was. Now it is crawling with unbelievers. The despicable ward-bearers, yes, Lorgar's misbegotten sons. Because Lorgar did everything wrong. Literally everything. And then when he got scolded like a bad puppy and got his nose pushed in it. Granted, I will state that Gilliman probably overreached and didn't need to raise the entire bloody planet. But still. And captured Euphrates too. And the cult of the Final Dawn has brought an entire horde of heretics to the planet. Registering a Sanctity Alpha priority mission. The scourge of the corrupted misbelievers reigning over blessed workshops fills the Messiah's faithful with anguish. Activating auto aestheticism protocol. Yeah, I offer a prayer to the liberation of the sacred world. Yeah, he just started stabbing himself. Because Cog bro. I sent my troops to aid the explorator forces, laying siege to the world, but a rift occurred among the commanders. They need an authoritative general, and you are perfect for the role. My confidence is not misplaced, I trust. Yeah, are the word bearers there, or did they just send puppets again? That dude that showed up for 2 seconds at one time. We're gonna go have words with him. Granted, these words are going to come at the end of the eviscerator that my beloved murder kitten uses, but hey. Oh, and Conrad. An annoyance that needs to be dealt with, because he's not... Conrad is the worst missed opportunity of this game. He really is. He could have been a counter rogue trader. They could have done his story much more throughout, and he could have been the constant villain that got away. You foiled his plans, but it took you time. There was a cost of not dealing with him. There was a cost of dealing with him. There was, there was much better ways to deal with Conrad. Except he disappeared at the end of the prologue, and we never saw him again until now. It is just depressing. It is just sad. I mean, I hear you two have unfinished business with him. Him, I personally generously leave to you, of course. When you are finished with him, you may dispose of his mortal remains. No need to surrender them to the Inquisition for an inquest. Consider it my gift. I'm a rogue trader. Literally do what I want. Yeah, what forces do we have in place, and what is the rift that occurred? Explorer Fleet Divine Cognizance 7821 recalled most of its combat-ready units to retake the world. They were supported by my most powerful strike fleet and a group of deadlier allies. I dispatched a pack of Space Wolves, so there should be 3 squads, I think, of Space Wolves there. Space Wolves have their own weird hierarchy because they have the great companies. Unfortunately, the leaders have failed to find common language. They esteem Thorvald as at odds with the conclave of Mechanicus battle congregation, and the Omnicide servants find Thorvald's strident nature off-putting, and neither group is fond of the militant Sibilek, who commands my forces. We're not fond, to be precise. The esteemed militant prioritized along with the ship a week ago when his noble allies failed to support his offensive. So he tried to YOLO shit and paid the price. Gee. How did you manage to insist that yeah, because this is one of those things. The Space Wolves, it's not that they don't they dislike the Inquisition. They had a war with the Inquisition after the First War of Armageddon. Okay, literally, they were spacing Inquisitors. They kept falling out of airlocks, falling off of cargo lifts, all sorts of things. just Inquisitors dying every time they tried to do anything with the Space Wolves. Okay? The Space Wolves literally were going to kill them. And it took one of the oldest Space Wolves, somebody who served with Mr. Lord Fury himself. Is it Lehman Russ? Yes, Russ the Wolf. Lehman Russ. It took a dreadnought to make the Space Wolves stop killing the Inquisition, because guess what? The Space Wolves were winning that war. It's almost like the Emperor's executioners are good at what they do. Executing. Yeah. I must remind you that I am still Lord Inquisitor of the Coronis Expanse, not merely some, what do you always say, Frosha? Some Grok's bothering prick. You are Grok's botherer. Alright, you are. If certain rogue traders at times allow them to speak to me in an overly willful manner, that should not give you cause to doubt my authority. I'm a rogue trader. I can talk to you however I want. Okay, I am not in any way under your command. I am not in any way under your purview. My actions are literally sacrosanct because Big E said so. Situation is clear. I'll smash the heretics. Well, yeah, we're going there for Conrad, not to deal with his nonsense. This document attests to the extraordinary powers you now have at your disposal. I am counting on your success. Yeah, because I now have the word of both the Emperor and the word of a Lord Inquisitor.
Prize.
There are very few things I cannot say at this point. I'm not in charge. I do need to get some. How do I get more profit factor? Yes, sing my praises. Sing them all. You know, I wish I could have a Skitarii Rustalker. You know, send a couple of them to follow Cabela into battle.
Keep your wits about you.
Watch things be turned into literally corpse starch in real time. It'd be hilarious. It'd be like having 3 Cabela's on the field. Alright. We gotta go to Euphrates 2, because we've done everything else. The only companion quest we have left is Pascal's, and I'm not sure where his is. I think his is other places. So we're gonna go. Actually, we're gonna check colonies. Are you done yet? Colony complete. Giannis, you're not done yet. Oh, alright, I still need to get, oh, there's more profit factor, alright, I need to get Fellowship of the Void to 4100. You're done. Veabos, you're done. Galva Gamma, you're done. Alright, so, we're gonna go to the bridge. Okay, back to bridge. 4100 Voidborn, or Void something. Fellowship of the Void, there we go. That's who we're looking for. Yes, Yanris, my friend. Oh, alright, we're not even that far from it. Alright, reputation, cargo, no, hide untradable, sorting type. That gets us 2,500. There we go. Do you have anything that we want? Wow. Alright, we have 4,100 rep with these people. And we're at rank 20. Because we want that. The Astronomicon Real, yeah. 20, 15, yeah. Alright, and that's going to be 25. I need another 600. Alright. We'll also pick up those Abyss Spinner Gloves. Huh? Allies targeted by the wearer's ability gain plus 20 to the wearer's armor pen, and that would be really good for Cassia, actually, because these are buff gloves. That'd be really nice for Heinrichs. Dancing on Blood. No, not that great. Final Chord. Oh, alright, cool. An improved Heavy Bolter. We need that for Heinrich, so we need to get another 10 levels with these people somehow. Do you have anything we want? That's a decent sword. Partner in death. That. The Dragon Scale Power Armor, so we need to get you to 31. Alright, hide untradeable. Okay. That was probably far too much. But Pascal gets his final armor. Is there anything else that's a upper end? Power armor is always good. Not sure who else can wield that. Oh, new armor for me! That's nice. Space Marine helmet for the Space Marine, because I think we need to take. I think his quest ends on this on Euphrates, so we need to take him. So he will be replacing. We'll need Pascal. We'll need the Space Wolf. We'll take the Murder Kitten. And Cassia, me. Oh, we'll have to think about it. Triumph of Faith, one-handed power sword. Maybe Abelard needs an upgrade, I'm not certain. Okay. Okay, we got armor. No, armor, come on. There we go. Yes. Pascal got armor. Yes. Yeah, see, Skadari Ranger armor, plus 22 armor. So his armor is 103, 66 with 86 parry. Slightly less. Higher, higher deflection, right? And that's the other one. No. Where'd it go? That's the Holy Vestment. That's his first armor. Seriously, where'd this Skitari armor go? Am I blind? There. Alright, so... alright, that's what it is. It gives him plus 5 deflection, which is pretty good. Yeah, and so on it gains 2 AP and 2 MP on their turn if they kill an enemy. And he's actually pretty good at murder. That rifle with him kind of rocks. So he lost a little bit of armor. A little bit. Just a little bit. And gained a bunch of deflection. Abelard, we may have gotten... You are using the Coffin Maker Sledge? Let's see. We got a Force Sword. Or, yeah, actual Force Sword. No, not a Force Sword. Yeah. Power Sword, there we go. Triumph Faith. Plus 10 parry. Slightly less damage, a lot more armor pen. And it ignores deflection. There. No. That goes there. We got you a stick. Yeah, this is 15 over 10, and this one is, it was what, 20 over 15 or something? Yeah, or 15 over 20. So, just better. Yeah, her willpower is 140, and her perception is 125. You know, she sees good, and she has good brain. We got her those gloves. Did we get her those gloves? I don't think we did. Maybe we did. Let us check. No, we did not. Yeah, we did not get those gloves. Bella, we got you a new sword, baby girl. What do you need? Let's see. You're using the Eviscerator, which is 31 to 41. This is cold-blooded. This is 20 to 40, 50 armor pen. Jesus Christ, that's a ridiculous amount of armor pen. And partner in death. But the armor pen on that is just That is a ridiculous amount of armor pen. Okay. And we got you a force sword. Somewhere in here. We have a lot of things. That's ceremonial blade. No. Sacrifice. Yeah, psi rating's only 9 or 7. Mainly because we just didn't focus on him, so we didn't build him we didn't get him the kit to build him well. Okay, yeah. We got you stuff. We did not get you a gun, we got you armor. You already had a decent armor. Yeah, because we already got you power armor. It was an accessory. We got you a new helmet. We'll keep him with the sneaky beaky. I don't think I have anybody who... she ran a lethality, but, you know, she's supposed to be dead. I don't know why she's not dead. Okay, and so now we need to go Emperor's Palm. So that means more travel there. Yeah, trust in Cassia. She's done well by us. Yep. More warp nonsense. We're gonna more travel there. We'll go deal with it. We need some violence. No, we're gonna take you instead. Yeah, I think this is the party we'll go with. Because Abelard is Abelard, and we never leave home without the men who can't introduce us. I mean, we're not gonna introduce ourselves. What are some Imperial Noble? Yeah. No. Big boy there gets the B point because he is absolutely enormous. He's actually a 2x2, which means him on the field is always
left in the dust.
I think it's because they got added so late in the development time of the game. Because initially they would over and over. You will not have Space Marine, and suddenly we had a Space Marine. Oh, these poor Slaneshis. They're about to have such a bad time. Ulfar, move up there. Abelard, you can go there. Pascal, Incubello, Cassia, you will first off you know it's been nice and quiet here all morning. No traffic, not at all. Suddenly traffic. We'll give it to
I am a
Abelard.
navigator, not a servitor.
We hit the wrong button. We set
Isn't
him on
this a
fire.
job for the serfs?
Our bad. Sorry, Abelard.
If I may, I have a soul painted black. Neither of us has to fight alone anymore.
Suffering is part of the trial.
Minds exist only to be broken.
You know, I'll leave
I bring
those to
mercy and
Ulfar and
retribution.
Pascal. They're gonna need something to do. We're gonna leap here.
As the tenets demand, death is a blessing. Killing brings me no pleasure. As honor ordained, the other side awaits.
But we should have more kill. More kill.
Emperor, protect me.
I don't think the Emperor is going to protect you, especially considering you're sliding with Slaneshis. Degenerates. Yes, try and hit the murder kit. Please try and hit the murder kit. She is such a
Don't
lovely
touch me.
individual. She certainly won't
Vile delights.
murder all of you for giggling.
Emperor, protect me.
Oh, I think they're literally just gonna try and like stack bodies on her. That's adorable. Alright. Is that my bounty? Yeah.
I'll make it happen. I won't stand
Alright.
for it.
Shoot that
It's
one.
as good as
No, shoot the other one.
who, if not another enemy down?
There we go. Slaneshis fall down.
Look out.
Alright. Ulfar,
My instincts tell me to refuse. I will carve runes out of your bones. Corpse play. See how the wolf succeeds. Don't dishonor the wolf with such tasks.
oh, alright, you can hit that one then.
Not in disgrace.
Pascal, yeah.
Advancing.
I want to see 3 piles of glowing goo. Thank you.
Servitorization denied. Tech familiar activated.
No, there's nobody left out here.
I've seen worse battles
They
than
sent
this in my
everything they
time.
had after Cabela.
Me?
Because that affects everybody, which means her fusing bonus applies to everybody. Because Cassia is a weapon of mass destruction and it has a tendency to erase things
I
that
have
annoy
read
her.
tomes of military tactics.
There was that dude that tried to touch her, and so he went home and killed his family and then himself. Because Cassia said so.
I am a navigator. Try to die with grace, at least.
There we go.
I always have a backup plan.
Well, we're poor now. We lost our treasure planet, alright? We need more loot. Oh yes, that reminds me. We need to hit the button for the thing. That's why we did all that trading. It was calling me management. It was Giannis, I believe. And this will also give us +5. No, we discovered everything there. Yep. And there's our 6 profit factor. I believe we are now capped on profit factor, or nearly. We don't have anything to trade with at this time, so we'll probably do Euphrates 2 and then do some more trading. We'll scan all these planets, and then we'll go deal with that nonsense. A single class deal. Two class deal. Nothing. Lord Captain, the United Corps of Explorators and Militia Forces is ready to attack the heretics who took over Euphrates II. The commanders recognize the Lord Inquisitor's sanction and agree to cede the right of the Supreme Command to you. They ask that you summon the War Council in order to establish the plan of attack. Yeah, let's do this. Summon this rabble of idiots to my bridge, so I may begin the beatings they so richly deserve. Hey, that's a priest there. Space wolves. Bloody furries. Opticon 22. The leader of the Explorator warriors appears on the bridge and the decks tremble beneath his metal gate. He has acquired a new set of fearsome armor since the two of you last met, and his mech and dendrites are now fitted with more formidable weapons of destruction. Opticon 22, initiating identification, official greeting procedure, unlocking the option of strategic data exchange. I love Opticon. The Emperor's Angel, who follows in his wake, is clad in armor of the cobbler of a tempestuous ocean. You hear his voice authority and brimming with untamed boldness and strength. Which one of you housecarls is Yuri von Valancius? I am Thorvald Ironhide, and I wish to see the mortal who has granted the honor of leading my pack into battle. Opticon 22, yeah. This command promotion hierarchy status update was executed following the death, decommissioning, destruction of the ship of the Teeth of the Wrath gear. The fleet's war conclave was operating aboard that vessel. Unit Opticon 22 received premature rank promotion modernization to Magus Dominus. Based on his extensive catalog of recorded combat engagements, may your service benefit from the updated protocols that were bestowed upon you and new analytical data that was entrusted to you to your elucidation. May the Omnissiah Guide operate this unit in his cause mission algorithm of service. Yeah, Thorvald, I am him. You're a no indolent Hyoka, whatever that is. Good, I will give my approval. We will hunt down the baseboard heretics together. You have not changed, Brother Thorvald, high-handed and brazen without measure. You carry yourself on another Draco's like it is your own. Yeah, this is my ship, bitch. Such is the breed of leader, Zolfar. We stand out. 'Tis you, Everlost, who cannot find his own way when the sun is right over his head. What good is another war council with a cog priest who knows not the joys of battle, who cut off his parts and replaced them with augments? Thing is that these they have a good relationship with the Omniscient, with the Brotherhood. He will propose again a cowardly plan of unworthy warriors, as the custom of his brethren, registering a display of impertinence, data insufficiency in regard to the military craft eradication methods of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Yeah, you do not... No, the Cog Bros are horrifying for murder. Are you having another fight, gentlemen? How predictable. A woman in heavy armor walks onto the bridge, cloaked in an air of superiority. You remember from scene 4. In the retinue of Xavier Kalzaka, you know, the man who has fucked us all. When he barged into your chambers after... Oh yeah, I should have shot him then. Maybe that would have stopped this, but I'm gonna say probably not. Thank you for not starting without me, Alkalite Ashihara, dispatched by the Lord Inquisitor to facilitate the operation of Euphrates II. My role in this war council is that of an advisor. Heinrich doesn't like seeing his other Alkalites. Yeah, we want a full report. You two will behave or I will beat you. Euphrates II is a forged world. Manufacturers of extractions take up most of its surface. Upon corrupting them, disrupting their production algorithm, the heretics enhance their ranks with possessed mechanisms and false defective traitorous Scutari, who protocols were disfigured with indoctrinating scrap code. Our forces have secured minor footholds on the surface, but are now unable to deliver an effective blow to the headquarter operation center of the profaners in the machine cathedral at the heart of the Manufactorum Sigma S13. According to available data, it is the current location of the arch-heretic termination target, the Dark Apostle, Urlan the Cruel. Apparently I don't know what a Dark Apostle is. We outnumber the enemy, but ours is a poor warband. All it has is steel cows of the Omniscient and scantily trained sus from across the expanse. While our foe is the detestable but nevertheless deadly pre-charted traitors of the rank of the Word Bearers, and their vessel protects the machine vessel cathedral from orbit. Yeah, Opticon 22, what do you say? Our strategic analysis points toward a full-scale offensive as the optimal course of action. The losses among the troops, insignificant personnel. So, loss, literally over-the-top men, will be numerous, but will not exceed acceptable parameters. That's kind of the Mechanicus method of war. Losses don't matter for low-end people. Don't be a foot soldier with the Mechanicus. You will end up in a grinder that makes the Imperial Guard look fun and friendly. Replenishing such losses will be less onerous than repairing the damage otherwise may come to the forces. Yeah, Thorvald, what would you do? I would rain down upon vengeful skies. I would plow the land with shells, shatter their defenses. So one of them wants an over-the-top, the other one wants a shock and awe. Okay, and why have you done it? There's a conflict, critical error, categorical lack of understanding of the imperatives of this operation with interchange of command. Unit Thorvald is in favor of strategy of mass destruction, which would constitute an unacceptable violation of the right of operation. Every square meter of the Manufactorums is sacred, of high productive value. Which is why the Cog Priest is so intent on hindering or sabotaging our assault by refusing us forces and landing Drakars. But Thorvald Ironhide won't take on the terms of the priest. If my battle plan is rejected, the Omniscient servants can retake the planet themselves. Maybe they think they know their. Maybe they think their lives mean nothing compared to their precious cathedrals, but a wolf knows. Yeah. What is on the planet? Request denied. The Omniscience Mysteries procedures are to remain undisclosed according to the protocol vow of preservation of the hallowed from the profane. This is why in Fenris we have the priest follow the warriors, not the You guys have your bloody rune priests. You know, your psychers. The priests never think about the battle ahead, only the tenets and taboo. But a wolf must only think of the battle and his enemy's death, not about preserving cathedrals or counting trophies that await him. Why are you here? Alright. Yeah, what are your responsibilities? Oh, Jesus Christ, the Inquisition. Yeah, do not spit on my ship. I will shoot you. That armor will not protect you. I respect your wishes, Warlord, but the bitter taste of suspicion burns in my mouth. Yeah, what troops can you? Okay. Yeah, we'll do this smart. We'll do some targeted bombardment and then advance. That is the intelligent. Your plan bores me. This is not the Space Wolf's way of war, but such cowardly strategies are the limit of the Omniscience Carl, so you have my approval. My pack will do all his asses and stand in the vanguard of the assault until we meet on the battle. I say to you, and I say the same to you, Ulfar Everlost, 'tis a pity your pack will not share in this glorious victory with me. That boastful Grizzhoff talks too much about my pack. He knows where my brothers are, I can smell it. Before we dive into the carnage, summon him to your ship and let me question him. I wish to hear what he knows while he still has not lost his blathering tongue to the heretic. Yep. Strategy confirmed is optimal. Updating the Skitarii tactical program, transmitting this unit's general blessing. Yeah. I mean, seriously, this was just the smart option. So how do I summon him to the bridge? No, we're not giving up profit factor. No. How do I summon him to quests? The Baleful How. Alright, so it's on the bridge. Now, apparently the ship took a couple of hit dings somewhere. Where is Boxmaster?
Broke free the bold from captors grasping. Dark cities, feeble dungeons, eternally disgracing. flows now this saga in the hall of glorious feasting, where all extol the wolf mighty and the yet fatter cunning. I hope you're not going to put off the feast. Our escape demands a grand celebration. I thank you, et fatter.
Thorvald Ironhide is here. Why have you summoned me, rogue traitor? Speak to me. You, Thorvald, whether the path of battle has led my pack to baleful Howl. You haven't lost your pack, have you ever lost? Do you know where Ulfar's pack is now? He's seen with the Allfighter in the Hall of Heroes, I reckon, with Mule filling their horns to the brim, to fill their hearts. Did you see their bodies, which my brothers now will follow the truth these words? Ironhide never lies. And you, Everlost, watch your tongue unless you want my dagger to deliver a penance of eternal silence upon you. No, you did not see. We did not see it, but we heard their ranting and raving, which only leads to the jaws of Morkai. In the battle in which you, Everlost, Arnulf, and Scotty were captured by the Xenos, the baleful Howl took prisoners own. Under the torture, the captive Xenos gave up the star coordinates of where they were to go next. Some important meetings, it seems. The place was far away, deep in the uncharted regions, where the servants of the All-Father have never ventured, and your brothers decided to go there. No navigator would lead them there, so seized a traded boat and went there without a helmsman. And you abandoned them. Lower your hackles. I urge them not to throw away their lives in vain. Nothing but death could await them among those malevolent stars. We came here to serve the All-Father and repair our blood debt, not to die for naught. I will not test our strength. I know that if I call upon you to go with me, I will be taking you away from important battles and saving you from your home. So, but, alright, so he's going to go with us for now. Have you lost your mind? Yeah, Thurbold, your associate speaks too often when nobody addresses him. When it concerns Wolfmother's hard rent, we'll speak if he wishes. Do not forget that we are the chosen warriors, the Allfather Rotator, and treat us like servants at your peril. Stop there, Thorvald. This mortal rescued me from captivity. Yeah, because effectively, Space Marines cannot die of old age. Dante is proof of that. Poor Dante. I feel bad for Dante. This mortal rescues me from captivity and proved his valor. I will not stand here and allow him to be disrespected. So you hold this mortal above. Why do you want Ulfar to join us? He was our brother. He should not be left to wander the galaxy in the company of ordinary mortals or alone. Wolves are like sharp knives. We hunt ourselves against each other, and without brothers, we'll rust and grow dull. Be with us, Ulfar. We will take you in. Go to hell. Yep. He's loyal to his brothers. Respect your Alpha, Ulfar. That's an order. Oh. So now he's like, I'm in charge here, and it's like, no, again, no. You're too to call yourself my leader. Go and bark commands at your pups. Oh, and so Halbrand is now gonna, I think he's gonna probably end up unconscious on my deck in a minute, as is the Astartes way. You're recalling a pop, Everlast. Unlike your pathetic pack, we will soon go to battle and accomplish great deeds, but you, cowardly are, want to shirk your duty. A duel is a fine. Say nothing, don't interfere. Yeah. Quiet, both of you. Have you forgotten where you are? Holmgang is not only to take place on the solid ground, not on a boat. The void and the warp are treacherous, unfit. That's not... Space wolves. Fucking Space Wolves. Why did it have to... Seriously. Any other chapter, I would have probably been fine. I don't like the Space Wolves because they are just... stupid. They are dumb. And secondly, I'm your superior, Ulfar, so I'm not asking but ordering you to back up your chest beating with these. If the Baleful Howl pack is alive, as you say, let it march with the Stormbinders and the Assault on the Euphrates too. Let it display the value for it. Will you stand alone, or... Okay, I will prove that the Stormbinders will never be a match for the Baleful Howl. Aid Fata, I will be at your side when you depart. Yep. Yeah, we'll go into battle. Yeah, bring it. Bring it, Space Furries, so I can break you. Oh, we love it. Lovely. That... alright, so... let's see, we will take... Yeah, we'll take Lower Imperium, because I think that's actually something we need. Abelard, yeah, give him Medicaid. Pascal. Yeah, we'll give him that one because his big issue is his short range for his plasma rifle. So, him being able to move up further would probably help. Lore tech use is already done. Logic is already capped. So, yeah, Lore Xenos. Cabela. Let's see. Open the veins. Yeah, that requires all three. There we go. Medicaid, so we will give her... Oh. Eagle's Vigilance. See, the thing is that the Eagle isn't ever on the field, so that's kind of useless for it. Promised Death. Recalibration. So we'll take, yeah, recalibration. Persuasion, commerce, so, Object's not her. Or, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Alright, Mr. Shoot Gun, trusty weapons. No, Arm Master. Alright, yeah, there we go. Demolition, so your next thing will probably be awareness. Yeah, somehow an immortal fucking soldier doesn't know how to know anything about the Imperium. Yeah, that's my party. Continue. The enemy ships deployed their ships in a white arc in an attempt to surround the squadron, but the heretic plan was not meant to be. Thorvald and Opticon 22 sent their detachments forward, tying up the enemy in combat, presenting the Lord Captain with the chance to deliver the blow to the very heart of the enemy position. Oh, we probably should have repaired our ship a bit first. Oopsie doodle. Well, it'll be fine. It'll buff out, right?
Mighty machine spirit, lend us a modicum of thy power.
Oh, you're a big boy. Heartless is full. Yeah, we're only down like 30 armor points. We'll be fine. Heartless runs right into the bad side of stuff. And then through more. Well done, Heartless. Well done. You surely are an intelligent warship. Okay, we're gonna drop torps. Yep. A little bit of damage to me so far. Alright, a lot of damage to me so far. Jesus Christ. Oh, there goes those interceptors. But they decided not to move? Okay.
An opportunity to exploit!
And here we will use Imperium Storm. Screw you guys. And then we'll just kind of make it break. Oh, we can't actually use that on this thing. Wow. Oh look, you're gonna run your corpse into the bad. Alright, so good. There was no way around it. Thank you, game. That hurts. That stings. At least that was in the nose, so, you know. I mean, it's almost dead, thankfully, but yeah, we're not in a good way. Yep, there goes our little Viper destroyer. Die already, Jesus. There we go.
No longer protects us.
Did it blow up and kill us? It blew up and killed us. Jesus. Note to self, hold off range on that thing. Damn. All right. And we're gonna hit him with Imperium Storm. Lovely. That's gonna get old quick. Please don't stop right there, man. I was about to say, please don't stop right there. actually be able to do this because this might take out its shields at this range. Hey, we got it. Oh, wow, that is a big explosion. That explains why it took us out last time. That was enormous.
All clear. Congratulations, Lord Captain.
That's cargo. That's cargo. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. The sound effect died. I was afraid that we're gonna have to save and restart. Okay, time to do this. It is time for a hot drop o'clock, everybody. Oh, and one of these. All right. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna go clear my nose because allergies are a thing, and I will be back, and we will get on with this. Alright, and we're back. Sector, Corrodus Expanse. Region, Mundus Valencia System. Location, Dargonis. So it's a retelling from my own, material. Extract from the memoirs when the Expanse burned. Author, Corvin Lazarus, Lord General Militant of the Dargonis Planetary Defense Garrison. Why is... Okay. A general once said that all wars are fundamentally the same. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Grok shit. That general didn't witness the events of Euphrates too. And true. The axiom that war never changes is a lie and a half. War changes. Every war is different. Every conflict is different. Battles are different. War always changes. Rogue trader Yuri von Valancius was the supreme commander in the battle. A man of iron will, unfaltering, unshakable. I served in his personal enforcer guard back then. Just another cocky kid who thought he was an expert soldier. The Emperor was gracious to me. He gave me a chance to realize just how wrong I was. Most of my comrades did not get a chance like that. The shuttles would have blocked out the sun if you could have seen it through the smoke to the manufacturing city of Sigma S-13. At its heart stood the machine cathedral, our primary objective. The Lord Captain showed us a mercy by having the landing zone bombarded from orbit. All our shuttles carrying troops and, more importantly, precious vehicles reached the destination. Yeah, because your Lord Commander isn't a retard. Daunted by our numbers, the enemy withdrew. That was the perfect moment for a decisive attack. With an armored vehicle force of the size, we had the upper hand. Upon descending from orbit, Sister Argenta inspired the troops with the very first notes of her prayers. Her singing was the Emperor's voice of commanding us to fight without any regard for our own lives. After rousing the soldiers to launch a daring raid, she quickly captured one of the heretics' commanders. That was when we heard a starkly different voice coming from the Sister of Battle. Trembling with fury, she personally interrogated the miscreant, pulling one poisoned confession after another from him. Once she was done, the world was purged of his impure breath, and she was the one wielding the flamer. Yeah, it's almost like the sisters are horrific warriors. The sight of that heretic writhing in flames was imprinted upon our memories, shining a light of the cruel darkness of our immediate future, like a brilliant beacon. So in the command center, the Lord Captain ordered his generals to blitzkrieg. If the enemy is running, and you can have armored support right on their tails, you can make it so that they don't have a chance to lead you in an attack. So, Lore Imperium, rapid tank assault. Our negligible losses during the landing stage gave us enough armored vehicles for a decisive push against our enemy's positions. We began our advance. I will never forget the roar of the tank, its treads tearing the heretics' infantry to pieces, accompanied by the shrieks of lasguns and rumble of heavy artillery, the deafening symphony of war. Nothing could stop us. We marched in the wake of the column of armored beasts, not turning to look at the mushroom clouds, climbing over piles of enemy bodies and those of our own. We had our orders. Yes. Pushing through the wave of sacred workshops, we looked in awe upon machines that up until that point, remained forbidden to the eyes of the laity. These were the palaces of incredible, frightening technology. Void ship assembly halls, alchemical atriums, sacred arsenals, generators producing invisible fields of sun settling to the mind, and scriptoriums containing knowledge of horrors best left undiscovered. Awareness test succeeded. In one of the chemical chapels, we came upon a shipment of cisterns containing hallucinogenic gas. Oh no. The tech priest protested that the substance was not designed for warfare, that it was created for higher rituals, but the officers wasted no time pumping artillery shells full of gas. Yeah. Seriously. Giving hallucinogens to heretics is a really good way to make them fall apart in 40k, because the heretics, aren't already the sanest of individuals. So yeah, make them crazier. See what happens. At last, we reached the gates of Dock MU-514, the threshold of the metal nightmare that was Manufactorum Sigma S-13. However, the initial attempts to storm the dock shattered against the enemy's defenses. Magos Dominus Opticon 22 proposed a tech sabotage. He could send a small Qatari units behind the enemy lines and have them subdue the spirits of the... Oh, okay. Who do we... Alright, we have 3 options. Yeah, we'll send them infiltrators. The Space Wolves entered the city undetected and reaped a bloody harvest there. None could hide from those fierce and cunning warriors. The infiltrators killed one officer after another, sowing panic and disarray among the enemy. The bodies were impaled on spikes so the heretics could see their commanders from far. Once the mayhem had reached its peak, the Space Wolf demolished the turrets, opened the gates, and gave the signal to attack. The dock was ours. It took us many days to break through to the mental heart of the Manufactorum. In the 3rd week of the assault, the vanguard was halted and swept away by a salvo of plasma macro cannons, scorning every cannon of sacred engineering. The heretics had placed the hull of an unfitted void cruiser on treads several kilometers long. This Leviathan, adamantine, and plasteel barred our way. Tech use. Yeah, we'll go. I mean, that's kind of horrific, but we'll go with tech use. We will take the ship. It will be ours. Having the sacred machine on our side could have given our offensive a sizable edge. Our orders were to get a landing force on this cruiser's bridge and escort the engineers to the main cogitator. Our shuttles use the turret's blind spots to deploy. Okay, which would be pretty much directly on top of them, would I say? So you'd have to do literal drop from directly above. Or below. No, because you're talking dropship, so it'd be directly above. While the engineers would engage with the shrieking heretic, while we were engaged with... they were engaged with the shrieking heretics, the engineers reasoned with the machine spirits of the main cogitator and initiated the blessed purgation protocol of the inner decks. It took us 3 days to drag every last cultist corpse out of the compartments. Slipping on the pools of bloods mixed with sacred unguents, we made it to the machine cathedral, a gargantuan hall breathing with the flames of 1,000 furnaces, the last bastion of the enemy army. It was where I faced the word bearers, betrayers of humanity and unworthy sons of the Emperor. What could we, mere humans, do to mask their unholy, bestial rage? Yeah, honestly, send in the word bearers. The Emperor's angels themselves led the charge that day. Magnificent in their rage, they forged a path for us to follow, and not even the appalling champions of the archenemy could stop them. While we distracted the enemy with suppressive fire and hail of grenades, our unyielding leaders charged the word bearers and tore them to pieces. We were the handful of his haft, and they were the hammer. And that's when it came. Doom Scream. An ancient and bloodthirsty hellbrute, an exterminator, a merciless extinguisher forged of Mannite and Ceramite. That single foe was repelling our assaults one after another, turning hundreds of soldiers into a bloody pulp. For as long as that abomination lived, we would have no hope of reaching the heart of the enemy Citadel. Not Citadel. Yeah. The dire-eyed Thorvald volunteered to track down and destroy the vile spawn, but fate had other things in store for him and his brothers. The Space Wolves pack was to be the first to storm the Machine Cathedral, and thus Magos Dominus Opticon 22 assembled a cohort of elite Skitari said that he would locate and eliminate Doomscream. Oh, cool. The soldiers were whispering that he was willing to activate the so-called Guaranteed Annihilation Protocol. A terrible and ominous rite that was lethal to the enemies of the Omnissiah as was to his... We're going to question the survivors. Those lucky enough to have escaped with their lives had little to tell us. They remembered a terrible howl hanging in the air. I don't want to kill, so we're going to go with weapon skill. Come on. Roll. Yes! What happened next would become legend. The Lord Captain at the head of his retinue challenged the bloodlusting Heresarch that had crawled from the darkness of time. He dealt the wicked executioner a heavy and mortifying blow, and thus Doomscream was routed. The abomination's torn fencer, fended with an ancient and powerful bolter, became the rogue trader's rightful trophy. Mine. So I walked over to a forge fiend and grabbed its arm, pulled it off, and said, "Mine." At last we reached the Machine Cathedral. We saw a yawning lift shaft left behind by a colossal landmine drill that had burrowed for kilometers into the depths of the planet. There, deep below, lay the last hiding place of the heretics' leaders. Hundreds of grenades, accompanied by promises of swift judgment, were hurled into the pit. With such was our righteous anger. The planetary assault was a resounding success. The enemy forces were shattered and broken. A small fraction remained in the Machine Cathedral, but the rest either were destroyed, had been destroyed, or were destined to meet the same inevitable success. The Lord Captain's retinue and the Space Wolves band delved into the shaft, heading toward the heart of the Machine Cathedral. We watched them leave with reverence in our eyes as we were setting up a perimeter around the entrance. We knew that the true outcome of the battle of Euphrates II had depended on them, and that our fates were theirs to decide. Yep. And so begins the battle for Euphrates II. Oh. I think we'll do the talkie bit and get everything set up, and we will call it there for today, because that way tomorrow we can go through and do this entire thing as a single run. I don't have to leave like right before the final boss. Because this is a long series. May the gear resume turning the batteries and infuse with the blessed poison of the unreal. Eurlon the Cruel. The giant clad in dark crimson armor is in the middle of a sinister litany. His voice is turned into a repulsive ethereal stench and flakes of otherworldly eyes. He does not notice your presence. Well, he's gonna. Conrad Voitvia. He seems to have grown a third eye. And he seems to be having some health issues. You know? Just a little bit. Inside, his completely mutated turquoise eyes flash upon seeing you. He flinches, but remains silent, hesitant to interrupt the ancient. Thorvald, announce my arrival. Will this do? Hey, you blood-foul spawn of worm-ridden womb, we've come to rip your guts out. So you're the one who has been eager to meet me and your own device. Rejoice, Brother Twilight. Today you become the new room trader. Yes, Master. I will rectify my mistake and reclaim what was stolen. Yes, Master. Yep, we're gonna go fanatic, ritual of purification. Oh, did we make Conrad, did that hurt? The sacred words sustained by your indomitable faith illuminate the air and send a mighty echo across the room. So great is their strength that the sorcerer's words drown from within, and the currents of heretics' power swirling around the drill begin to ebb. Once the final words of the prayer escape your lips, righteous light envelops the drill, washing away the unhallowed taint. The sorcerer, scorched by the radiance of the Emperor himself, growls in pain and rage. Oh, did that hurt? The wolf lets out a chilling howl, his pack are ready to their weapons, acknowledging it as an unequivocal order to kill. Urlaw the Cruel. Let those who blaspheme against the true God beg forgiveness in vain. Let their lips be sealed. Let their hands be severed. Let their shells be reaped and scourged. Meh. Kill them. Fight awaits, take heed, the silver-tongued traitor, for he is old, sly, and strong. But by the All-Father, the wolves will spill rivers of blood today. Yeah, have you run into him before? No, or else it wouldn't be attached to his neck. Yeah, no. Honestly, word bearers are pretty good about making sure they don't encounter other Space Marines. They are the least effective of the traitor Space Marines when it comes to actual combat. But my pack has heard plenty of his strength and acknowledged misdoings. One can see the evidence of malfections across the Cronus expanse like bear tracks upon Festro. We stalked him and looked for a chance to clamp our jaws around his throat, but the craven knows well how to hide behind the packs. I'll deal with him. You're a brave one and not easily deterred. Good. Then find a way to reach the tunneling platform while we give the mangy sorcerer something to worry about. Halbrand, you stick with the original plan. Take 2 battle brothers and go after Doomscream. Our scouts report that he took refuge here, so we're going after Doomscream. Depths after being defeated in the battle of the approach of the Machine Cathedral. I want you to take take that unholy tin can that holds his treacherous brain back to Fenris. Good hunting. We won't fail you. Tread proudly the hunter's grim, and chase the beast of steel and blood. Fangs bared, sharp, in thirst of prey. Let glory cloak their mighty gates. Doomscream, he hides in this den. Step aside, Halbrand. I will be the one to slay it. I will claim... Yep. If it comes to pass, I will be the first one to wave the proud name of the ferocious pack. Yeah, we'll hunt this beast.
Is there money to be made?
Yep, some loot. Yep, and alright, we're going to call it for today, simply because this is a massive dungeon. And so we'll just try and do it in an entire run tomorrow. Thank everybody for watching. And we will be back tomorrow for more Rogue Trader.